were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But
hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I transformed my toddler's IKEA kitchen into a working Montessori kitchen, which is the one that's behind me. And this is honestly, guys, the best thing that I've ever done for him. Like, he is so over the moon with it, and it just gives him that independence. So I'm really happy that I did it. There were some things that I would do differently if I was to do it again, so I'll tell you guys all about that just to make your lives easier. Also going to link everything I use for you, so it's a step-by-step guide, because I just had to really go out on a whim and just try and like find things, and it was quite difficult. So if I can make your lives easier by doing that, then I will do it. So what you're going to need is, you need to pick some backsplash tiles. I got mine from Homebase. There's so many different types. These are like a herringbone style marble tile, and it comes in like a pack of, I think there's like 4 different layers there of the tiles. But it's totally down to your preference. There's so many different types you can get in different colours. So I got those. And I also got this PVA, well, it's a type of glue really, that is going to secure it onto the MDF board. It is peel and stick, but I feel like the man in the shop said to me that it would just not stick really well on the MDF board, so he recommended getting a glue as well, just to make sure it's extra secure on there. And then I've got a hammer here to attach it, and I've got some panel pins here, which will be how I attach it onto the backboard. Got some sanding paper here with different grits, and then I went for this little sample pot, which is the Rust-Oleum chalky finish furniture paint, and this is in colour Branwell, which is a really nice like pastely greeny colour, which will look lush. I've got my paintbrush, and I've also got a Stanley knife, which I'm going to use to cut the MDF in a moment and also cut the tiles. Another thing that I have here is the water suction pump that I'm going to use on the tap, so I'll show you that in a little while, but I'm going to get on with the DIY stuff first. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out. I will say as well, the MDF I got is obviously going to be like way too big for this, that's why I'm cutting it, but it only came in this size, so this whole bit of MDF was £10, so I might use it on like another DIY or something, but it's not too pricey, so I just went with this one. I don't know whether in other places you can get it cut to size, you probably can, but in Homebase they didn't do that, so I just got this £10 board.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you.
So here I was holding up the sheet of MDF at the back of the IKEA kitchen, and then just with a pencil marking out the lines I was going to need to cut with the Stanley knife. So obviously use protection on your flooring like I did here. I just used an IKEA bag, and then I cut with the Stanley knife, and it was a little bit hard to cut, but after like using a bit of force, then it cut quite well. I then just got my peel and stick tiles out and just started working out how many I would need and what the sort of positioning was gonna be needed to put them on the MDF. And then I started gluing the MDF, and you can see the pencil line is where I'm gluing up to, just making sure I'm not wasting anything. And I just wanted to make sure that it stuck down, so that's why I used the glue. And the whole sheets were perfect, like to get the main body of the like backsplash done. However, when you were cutting the little tiles, that's what was a ball ache for me, to be honest, and that's the reason I would say don't use these, because it got really tricky at the end, and you'll start to see in a little while how difficult it was. But what I would say instead is use a peel and stick wallpaper, or use a subway tile that's like a straight tile instead of diagonal. It might be a little bit easier, because this tile was like the hardest tile to on. So yeah, that would be my advice to you. So it's not perfect, I won't lie, but I think it's going to look fine, to be honest, and it's just absolutely doing my head in, so I need to finish it. The issue I have is the bottom bit. So what I have done, these bits are just sticking down at the moment. I'm just trying to wipe off the excess glue, but yeah, bear with that. I have got some moulding. This was only like £1 something from Wickes. The lovely Home helped me actually, because I messaged her, I was like, I don't know what to do about this, and she told me to get this, so thank you so much, Charlotte, for helping. And then basically what I'm going to do is just cut this and put it on the bottom, so it's just like a nice neat trim basically. I've just marked there where to cut it, and I've just tried to use the Stanley knife to see whether it will cut, and because it's so thin it will. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to put it on.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the grey, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, 'cause I got no chance when it comes to her.
So I then unscrewed all the handles, just took them off, and started painting the kitchen. So I just put the paint straight on the wood. Looking back, I probably could have done a primer. I did buy a primer, but I just, at the time, I couldn't be bothered. So I'll let you know how it turns out in whether the paint sticks. So far, so good. But I was just basically painting on the paint here. I did it straight on to the doors, but in the end I ended up having to take the doors off after they were dry to like get the back bits of the door. So I would say before you do this, just take the whole door off and paint them, because it's going to be easier. It will save you a lot of time. So that would be my advice as well on how to improve. But yeah, it was going on and I was really liking the colour.
Think you belong with everybody else, but you belong with me. And there's nothing I can do, 'cause you don't see straight when it comes to her. No, she's gonna eat you up whole and spit you out, and then you'll be free. Every piece. I wish you could be happy, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah. You don't.
So on another day, when the paint was all dry, I decided to attach the backsplash onto the back of the kitchen. So I just held it up, and then I used a panel pin and a hammer and just went to town really. And Anna also helped too at one point.
No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. Don't I make you feel something? Or maybe you can't feel anything. She's not gonna give you everything.
So I was hammering the panel pins to attach the backsplash. I then attached the moulding, and I hammered out the plasticky glass that's in the kitchen, and used panel pins again with a hammer to attach the cane that I got from Amazon. And then I attached the water pump, which I'll show you how to attach in a second, and I'll show the insides of the kitchen as well. But I was so pleased with how it turned out, and I just think it looks stunning, and the water pump is just so amazing. Arlo loves it so much. So just showing you what's inside of the kitchen as well. Usually I'll keep some cereal in this little container that I stock up, and then in the morning he'll come over and he'll just pick it up, and then I need to help him open it. And then he puts it in a plate or a bowl that we've got here. We've got some plates here, but usually I have some bowls in here as well that I need to restock. But these are just the IKEA sets, the really cheap sets that you can get from IKEA. So we've got those in there, and then he's got two little crates that are from Primark here. One of them he's got his cutlery, again this is from IKEA, and then he's got his cloths to clean his kitchen here, which he just uses to like wipe the sink and stuff each night. And then in the other side we've got some snacks. So we've got the water in the top, and then in the other side we've got some snacks. So we've got the water in the top. This is the tap off Amazon, and it's got a little pipe there. So I need to find a way as well of like trying to secure it down just so it can't be picked up. So I'm going to have a think about how I can do that. But there's 2 holes there. It fits really nicely in one of the holes. And then I've got 2 lots of water here in tubs. So one of them is used for when the water comes through, like the dirty water comes through the sink. The other one is the fresh water, which is where the little pipe goes here. And that just sits in there. And then what I do as well is I just put a little lid on top as well, just so no dust or anything's falling in there. This is changed very regularly. I try and change it once a day or twice a day if I can. Then I will show you exactly how it works. So that one goes at the back there with the pipe. Then this one goes there just directly underneath the sink, so the water can fall down nicely without splashing. And then with my one, all you do is press the top button, which Arlo's learnt to do already. And then the water comes out and it goes through down to the bottom. And then we've got the snacks here, which is in a fridge organiser, which is under the shelf. So we've got jelly here, for example, an orange and a soren. So I try not to put too many like unhealthy things in here. But what I do usually when he's here in this area, I put like a banana in a bowl and some other fresh fruit, just so it's easily accessible to him, because that's the things that he goes over and he picks up and then he wants me to help him open it. So I'm like perfectly okay with him just like grazing on healthy snacks. That's absolutely fine. So I just put that there in eyesight for him, because this stuff's harder to get to. And then his cups are kept here, and usually he gets them down and he plays with them sometimes and fills them up and tips the water out and stuff in the sink. I'm looking forward to as well like trying to gradually introduce like more Montessori to his kitchen, because at the minute he's not like really used to it. He's more used to being in our kitchen and helping in his learning tower to make dinner and stuff. So I'm gonna see how this goes so far, and then maybe introduce like a little mini fridge or something here, or maybe inside that he can keep like a yogurt in and some other like fresh bits, maybe a little thing of milk. That's something that I plan to do maybe in the future, but at the minute I am just keen on like easing him into it, and I'm not going to pressure him. Like I would say my style is like loose Montessori, like I introduce elements of it, but I'm not like a complete Montessori mum. So I am basically introducing little elements of it, seeing how he goes, and then if he's liking it and he's enjoying it and he's working well with it, then I'll introduce a mini fridge for him to then gradually go on to the next level. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it's working really well for us so far. I also had another idea of an IKEA hack that you might want to do with this. So maybe if you're not introducing the tap, what you could do is on the bottom you could put some wheels, and then you could spin it around, and because we've got this backing bit on the back which is just completely blank, you could put some blackboard paper on it, and then when you turn it around your child could use it as a blackboard or a whiteboard. You could use whiteboard paper. So that's another little hack maybe you could try out, and make sure you tell me if you've done that, because I'd love to see how my idea turns out for you. But yeah, that's just something that popped into my head of like another hack you could do with it. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm really pleased with it. Like I said, there's elements of it that I wouldn't do again, like the herringbone style peel and stick, because it was a nightmare. But Arlo is absolutely loving it, and he's loving the freedom of being able to get his water on his own and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think below, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I tend to post like kids hacks, kids interiors, motherhood, toddler life, hauls, that sort of things. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.
I wanna get away from every little thing.